I would like to thank the wonderful individuals who have made this evening possible. And a special thank you to Suzanne's Catering for the delicious meal. I am delighted to be here at Huntington Beach Rotary for this debate and to show my appreciation for our fine, outgoing President Washington. During the course of the evening, I'll have a chance to lay out all of my plans and the work that I have done behind them. But for me, this is about continuing President Washington's legacy. Why, President Washington reminds me of myself. He has put a great team together to advise and keep him on the straight and narrow. His confidence in his team has allowed him to feel comfortable sleeping at board meetings. Freely using executive privilege to push his agenda or having someone else pick up the district presidential citation. He knows that he chose the right board, a board that will always pick up the slack. Unlike Trump, who is his own advisor and board, and knows nothing of the business of Rotary. I will create a board that will get things done. Like President Washington, I feel that a good board will help this club go far.
I'm bored.
He will be a hard act to follow, but it must be done. Last but not least, I want to say a special thank you to Bill for standing by me through this campaign. If elected, remember, you will be getting a 2-for-1 deal.
Now, folks. Okay, now we will be hearing from Mr. Sanders. B.S., would you like to go ahead?
What is with these podiums? There's just no place to put your arms here. Terrible. First of all, I'd like to thank these two dumb people for putting this debate together. Brothers and sisters, we have a problem with Washington, both D.C. and Jimi. Let's focus on Jimi. People said he was too big to fail. People said he was supported by 2 super PACs. Yes, one right here, and another one here. But despite his size and the super PACs, he failed miserably. Jimi Washington does not believe in the Second Amendment. Is it fair to all concerned? Is it fair that our membership is dropping? Is it fair that our membership is splittering? There's apparently a rogue group that meets late Tuesday nights at some dark bar off of Main Street. Have you ever heard of that? Terrible, terrible. Is it fair that we have to live here in Huntington Beach with the 99% while he lives with the 1% in Ladera Ranch? Not fair. Not fair. He's got to go. And once we're rid of him, I'm going to focus on 2 very important things. First, I'm going to save the country, and then I'm going to save the planet. I'm Bernie, and Bernie's in it to win it. Wait.
Feel the burn.
No.
Feel the burn.
Feel the burn. Thank you. Thank you very much. Secretary Clinton, I'm sick and tired of hearing about your emails, but I got one today that said, you're the grandmother of a 2nd child.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Good. Here you go. Congratulations. Wonderful. Very well.
Let's stay focused, everyone.
Very good, very good.
My first question is for Hillary. You have shown support for transgender equal rights. First part of the question, are you a man or are you a woman? Second part of the question, will you release your birth certificate for public review?
Thank you for that very important question. Yes, you are correct. I am completely for equal rights for all genders and to their right for privacy. Let's just say I have the balls to get the job done.
Trust me, she's got the balls.
And I will release my birth certificate when Donald can prove that his father was not an orangutan.
Okay, Crooked Hillary just made an unfair comment about my family. I believe I get a chance to respond to that. My father helped me get started with a small $1 million loan. And I was able to build a successful business. Meanwhile, she's taking speaking fees from Huntington Beach bankers like Washington. It's time we fix this mess and we make Rotary great again. Sit down! Get that guy out of here!
Sue me! I have your birth certificate!
Mr. Trump, the next question will be for you. Mr. Trump, the Donald, as you are often called, we hear constantly that you, with your derisive rhetoric, don't like the current Washington establishment. Are you going to act more presidential and quit excoriating the Masons, the Elks, the Kiwanis, and even the Boy Scouts of America so that your party, the Meaner, Deaner, Leaner party, can gain leadership of the people?
You know, Megan, you've never treated me fairly. You've always been overly critical. I have no idea why. You get so mean, you've got blood coming out of I don't know where. And I want to make peace with you tonight, okay? So I brought you something. I don't know exactly what you need, but I brought you a Band-Aid and I brought you one of these. And you can put it on. Wherever you please. Okay? I just want things to be over. But to answer your question, what we need to do is to get rid of Washington. The way we do this is we need to build a wall. We need to build a wall around Washington. Let me tell you, the wall is going to be huge. It's going to be really huge. Only I can build a wall that big. And you know who's going to pay for that wall? Jimi is going to pay for it. I can make that happen, and he's going to thank me for it.
Mr. Bernie Sanders, the Democratic Convention begins next week, and it appears Hillary Clinton is the official nominated individual. What are your future plans?
Well, Fareed, first of all, let me correct you. The convention is next month, not next week. So let's get that straight. Okay, what are my future plans? First of all, I'm going to win the nomination. When I go to the convention, I will get all the superdelegates. They're going to leave Hillary Clinton and they're going to come over to my side. But let's suppose I don't. I'll go along with you. Suppose I don't. I shall return to the dairy pastures of northern Vermont. Did you know, by the way, folks, that I can see Canada from my back porch? Canada. Oh, I can see all 15, or is it 17 provinces? What a wasteland. No, I'm just kidding. I go over there to pick up my medication. Lately, I've been doing a lot of hallucinating, and I need my meds. They have a wonderful system over there called Canada Care. Wonderful. I'm going to make sure we get it over here. All right. Now, Ben and Jerry's have also offered me a new position. They are going to make me director of new ice cream flavors. Got one in mind already. Jim Ice Cream. Yeah, Jim Ice Cream. Dark chocolate, a hint of red wine in it somewhere, and a little bit nutty.
Senator Clinton, or as most people call you, Hillary, all we hear from you all the time, on and on and on, is how wonderful the Washington establishment is. Don't you ever think that you have too much loyalty to the Washington establishment and that it is time for you to change into something meaner, deaner, and leaner?
Megan, please address me as secretary. I worked hard for that title, and until I have been voted president, I would appreciate you using that title. As to your question, making Donald Trump our next leader will definitely make our club meaner and leaner.
And greater.
Loyalty is always a good thing, and if I don't win, I will work with the next administration to make this a great club again.
Mr. Trump, you have said they are not sending their best. They are not sending you. They are sending the people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing these problems with us. They are bringing drugs. They are bringing crime. They are rapists. And some, I assume, are good people. Were you talking about the Miss Universe contestants? Muslims or Mexicans?
I was talking about the Rotarians at the Tuesday night meeting. But look, what Washington is doing is he's literally inviting foreign people to come here. He's entertaining them at the beach. He's feeding them, he's housing them, he's showing them a good time. This should be for Americans. We need to stop this. Washington also claims that he's teaching science to young children, okay? I've been to his so-called science showtime. Let me tell you what they're doing. There's no science going on there. They're playing bingo, they're looking at a table of avocados, they're playing with trash cans. I mean, really, there's no science going on there. Meanwhile, Washington's out front cooking hot dogs. Hot dogs! When I am president of Rotary, okay, there'll be real science at Science Showtime. Beach weekend will be for Americans only. And kids at Science Showtime will be eating Trump steaks and drinking Trump bottled water. I can promise you that. I will make Rotary great again.
Mr. Sanders, or as most people call you, BS, you claim to be a socialist. We don't need socialism in this club. We get along just fine without all that socialism. Parties, outings, field trips, love fests. Too much socialism is disgraceful. And this Tuesday thing, that's disgraceful. All that socialism has to stop. Well, how do you respond to this?
Well, thank you very much for that very important question, Megan. Yes, I'm a socialist. I socialize all the time. But unlike Mr. Trump here and Secretary Clinton, who hobnob and socialize with the Koch brothers, billionaires, guys from Wall Street, big banks and all of that, I don't do that. I socialize with young people. For instance, I am going this weekend with interactors, rotaractors, and we're going to a Trump rally, and we're going to be picking up empty beer bottles and empty beer cans. 2 cents here, 5 cents here. There's a lot of money in recycling.
It's about time you got a job, Bernie.
I'll get back to you, sir. And so the average contributor, for instance, $27. That's all that I make. And so I think that socializing with young people is the way to go. Thank you.
Okay, excuse me, Bernie mentioned my name, so I do believe I get to respond to that. First of all, Bernie just admitted here on national TV that he socializes with young children. I don't know what that means. But you can decide for yourself, okay? Secondly, nobody socializes better than me. You may not be aware of it, but I'm very rich. I'm extremely rich, okay? And I throw great parties. I throw the best parties. In fact, I throw parties all the time. Washington comes to my parties, he's always the last to leave, or he falls asleep on the couch. It's disgusting. Hillary comes to my party, we have to call the cops on her husband every single time. Bernie comes to my parties, he never brings any food to share, he always eats everybody else, he's eating for the entire 99%, okay? Vote for me, I'll be the greatest Rotary Party president you ever had, I promise you that.
I need to respond to that.
No, you don't.
I need to respond. You're rich. You're rich, Mr. Trump. You're rich in hyperbole, and you're rich in stupid statements. That is your problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we have questions from the audience now.
I just want them to know that I'm going to give a vote to each one of them. 3 votes.
We have some questions from the audience.
I have a question. Senator Sanders, done a lot of bashing of Washington tonight, correct?
I beg your pardon?
I said you've been bashing Washington quite a bit tonight.
Yes, I have.
You know, he claims that he can dunk a basketball.
Go.
He claims in his LinkedIn profile that he's been Rotary International President since 2009. What is there in
What is your question?
I'm coming to it.
Speed it up, speed it up.
What's in your background that we don't know about?
Oh. Who's that pretty lady you're sitting with there? Is that a girlfriend, wife? Who? You know, I want to tell you something about my background. I was born in Brooklyn, poor Jewish boy. When I turned 16, my father said, "Go get out of the house. Go south, young man." So I went south. I traveled as far as my money would take me. I got as far as Kentucky, and there I ran out of money. I had to go to. I went to a restaurant and got a job as a frying chicken, fry cook. And then after hours, I joined the Confederate Army. Actually, it was the remnants of a Confederate Army. There were only five people in it, so I quickly rose in the ranks and became colonel. So eventually people would say, "Hey, let's get Colonel Sanders and go and get some of his fried chicken." Well, when I told my dad about it, he said, "Oh, that greasy business. You want to stay in a greasy business? Go north. Get into politics. That's where the real money is." So I went to Vermont and became a senator.
We have one more question from the audience. Mina.
Secretary Clinton, you've said that when you're elected, you will have Bill be in charge of interns and interactors. Do you really think that's the best idea?
I have relations with Cuba.
It's a good thing that I got him neutered right after the Olympics.
It's been a long time since she's had stains on her dress.
Do we have another question from the audience?
Then, last but not least, Nancy.
Okay, this question is for Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, is there any truth to the rumor that you are looking into extensions?
I can show you this is my real hair.
I wasn't talking about your hair, I was talking about your fingers. Well, we know that President Washington, he doesn't have that problem. You know what they say.
Excuse me. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about, of course you're talking about my business. And I can assure you that my business is huge. Okay? Women especially love my business. Okay? I get no complaints in that department, I guarantee you.
Okay, we are now ready for closing statements. Let's begin with BS. Let's begin with Bernie Sanders.
Yes. We are going to have a Rotary revolution. A lot of important proposals were put forth during the year to the Jimi administration, and none of them were accepted. Let me give you a couple examples. Number one, a proposal was put forth that anyone who has 100 years of perfect attendance should be able to run for the presidency a second time. Denied. Denied. They would not let that one go through.
Sorry, Bill.
In vetting,
Happened before.
another proposal was when vetting new prospective members, they have to be able to identify the capital of Canada. Denied. Nobody paid any attention. What a bunch of bumps. I think that I think not only Jimi should leave, but also his board. And lastly, I think all members should be singing. They should sing, and that includes pilots who fly small airplanes. Jimi Washington, when he was Rotary International president and socializing with Donald Trump and his likes, revealed the fact that the Rotary motto is service above self. Now, he spilled the beans. Now I go to these Trump rallies, you know, to pick up cans, stuff like that, and there I see all the banners. Self above service. Donald Trump, Mr. Trump, rest assured, orange will not be the new black.
Look, listen, I can assure you that nobody services themselves better than I do.
Okay, I think we're ready for our next closing statement. Senator Clinton, would you give us your closing statement now, please?
Yes, thank you, Megan, and I will assure you it will be much shorter than Senator Sanders. Remember, if I am elected, you will get a 2-for-1 deal.
What are yours, Bill?
If you don't elect me, you will just get a dick.
Right on.
Mr. Donald Trump.
Thank you. Vote for me, Donald Trump. Only I can make Rotary great again. I promise I will do a variety of things at various times. However, there's one very important thing to do in order to make this happen. Jimi, you're fired!
You're